You heard
She
me
has been
today.
through.
You heard
She's
me
here
today.
now.
I will stand by what I said about that lady that was on today. I'm not going to change my mind. Not as yet.
How are we doing, Sammy?
Found you, sorry.
It's nice to finally meet you face to face on a live.
I know.
Right, Sammy. The title
Something's
is
on in the background. Something's on in the background.
Yeah, sorry, that's me. I'm really not great at all this YouTube stuff. I'm pretty shit at it. Bear with me.
How you doing? How you doing, Sammy? I actually messaged you. I messaged you, or I messaged one of your things even before I actually mentioned you were coming on his channel, and I got a response from you. I'll be honest with you. If you were listening to me today on Aisha's channel, I stand by everything I said about Paula, and I stand by everything I said about Humble.
I haven't actually had chance, babe. I've been at work literally since 10 o'clock this morning. So I literally got in. I was asked to come on the cesspit for 5 minutes by Paula. And then some crazy madman started screaming at me. House of Pain.
That's PD. PD.
Yeah, he's screaming at me saying that I was looking for attention because I shared my films last night. But that's what I use YouTube for. It's a platform to share my films for my actors. My YouTube isn't just about Decca and Humble. I was on YouTube sharing my films way before any of this started happening. So yeah, he was just really rude. He started shouting over us, and I couldn't get a word in edgeways, so I just came out. I couldn't be bothered with it.
I actually seen it. I never went on. I seen it and I listened to it, and he's actually on now. But what happened was he was on Film Boy there, and he got so irate. He stood up and he had no trousers or no boxer shorts on, and he showed his very small penis and his ball sack live on cesspit. And if that's not a sexual act, then I don't know what the fuck is.
Oh, I didn't see that bit. I just came out and stopped watching. I was like,
well, listen, I don't
want to be shouted at. I've had enough shouting to last a lifetime.
Well, listen,
you won't get no shouting in here.
That's cool.
You won't get no shouting from Dogman. But I will tell you this here: if you do go back and listen to the chat we had today.
Okay.
It's been striked, Dogman.
Where's that? Sorry, on what channel?
Did they strike it because of Yaz Media?
Yeah.
House Media.
Yaz Media.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have a look.
He was giving out people's addresses. But I think he purposely, if Yaz Media was one of your mods, Aish, and he was giving out people's addresses, he just didn't do it with Humble. He done it with the jet ski guy. He also done it with who else was it? Dodgy Dave, was it?
Yes.
And he gave their addresses out, but at the same time, them addresses are all already known. I think he did that to get your channel struck.
Yes.
I think he did that to get your channel struck. And I'll tell you something now. Don't think it doesn't come from Scotland. I'm gonna pass it over to Sammy Lee because I'd love to hear a little bit about her life and just listen instead of sharing.
I'm normally, Sammy, I ask 3 questions, but I don't think 3 questions is enough, to be honest, with your circumstances, with what you've been through. So the title is, who is Humble Dryer and who's in his circle? Because
still don't know if I'm honest.
No, but obviously
to deal with fantasists.
Come over to the north of Ireland. People know who I am. I'm nothing big. I'm just an ordinary guy. Listen, I don't like to see anybody hurt, male, female, or child. I think
he's a fantasist, darling. I'm telling you now, he's a complete fantasist. I was saying earlier on the live, I work in a strip club, so I see lots of different kinds of men, and I have to deal with lots of different kinds of men, and I have to deal with drunks, and I have to deal with fans about me and stating a load of bullshit that isn't true. So I'm just going to clarify up a little few things when we've both decided not to continue this guy's bullshit. So yeah, he's really got to be in his bonnet over this. I have to entertain dickheads basically. So
Sammy,
he's not dealing with a normal woman. He don't impress me one bit.
Sammy,
Yeah.
I worked in Germany for 3 years in Hamburg in a place called.
I was born in Germany. I was born in Hanover.
Hanover, ja. Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's about it. I left when I was 2. My dad was in the army. My dad was a Green Jacket.
Ich sprechen Sie sehr gut Deutsch. Ich bin Deutsch sprechen so many years.
Oh wow!
No, I worked on the record.
I worked on the record.
Can I get a question into Sammy for a second? How did you feel when you were getting trolled by Humble Dry?
Oh, it was horrible, babe. Horrible. Like I can't even. It was just. I think it was the fact that I got my close mates and my kids. You know, but I don't know. It's like I was going through a breakup at the same time, so I didn't know if it was him as well. So it was kind of really confusing. And you know, luckily with my job, I've got a lot of security around me, so it's very hard for someone to like get to me. But you know, it's really hard to like. You know, I want to be able to trust my daughter to leave the house on her own. I don't have to want to be looking out the window. But what I've learned with these firm fella guys over the years is that half of them couldn't even afford the bus fare to my house, let alone find me. It's all talk, you know, like that guy that came on earlier, the House of Pain. Yeah, he was doing all this and saying, I've got opinions about her, but I won't fucking say it. And I'm like, who is? I don't know, darling. He literally just jumped in. And started screaming over me and Paula, and I couldn't understand a word he was saying. You can watch it later. It's on the cesspit.
I listened to it, and he was absolutely vile towards that woman. He was vile towards that woman. I only speak to PD online. I've never said anything about him, but PD, what I will say is what you did with Sammy was absolutely disgusting. And another thing too, PD, you showed your bottom half tonight. And I'll tell you another thing too, I noticed, and I'm watching like everything else. When you stood up, you had no boxers or bottoms on. You're sitting there, your bottom half naked in front of the computer. And to me, that's fucking cute.
God, no.
Because he stood up from the chair.
In my head, no.
He didn't stand up from the chair and pull his pants down. He stood up from the chair and he was naked.
Yes.
So PD, if you wanna, don't let him on this panel for the simple fact is he'll turn it into a hate show. He'll start abusing myself. He'll start abusing you. He'll start abusing Sammy, and then he'll end up flying off the handle and going on and saying something. And there's a sickness with him. He everything he says and does, he gets channels set up just to troll people. He sends a narrative to each of them channels, push it on. And I'm going to say something now, and PD's going to fall out on me.